Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Stomping Jen.
Sawtooth Frank.
Welcome to the 2021 Thanksgiving Spectacular. I don't want to do this episode.
Okay.
Should we just cancel it?
Cancel Christmas.
I mean, cancel everything. Cancel the podcast. Cancel it all.
Let's move on from this.
Do we have anything to be grateful for?
Yeah.
We do?
Uh-huh.
Are we going to talk about those things?
Sure.
All right. Okay, here we go. The Soft Serve Podcast. Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. All right, Stomping Jen.
Sawtooth Frank.
I'm not going to sing.
Thank you.
You hate it.
I'm so grateful for that.
You hate it when I sing.
I'm grateful for that.
You could be thankful for that. All right, this is a Thanksgiving episode. I'm reclining as though it were Passover.
I was just going to say, is it Passover?
This is not the Passover episode. I'm going to recline. My foot is up next to you. How do my toenails look? Do they need trimming?
They appear to have been trimmed.
I haven't trimmed them in a while.
Oh, you have not?
No. You don't think they need any special trimming?
It's kind of dark in here.
Yeah, well, I can go turn up the light. Do you want the light up?
No.
No. All right, well, it's a Thanksgiving episode. This is going to come out the day before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to release it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And last year, we did this thing where we had people leave us messages of stuff they were thankful for. But we didn't do that this year.
Yeah. Mostly because we're lazy.
No, mostly because I asked you to do it and it didn't get done.
Oh, I see. You didn't really ask me.
Well, I did ask you. You were on your phone and half paying attention. You were like, okay. But it didn't happen.
Well,
so,
if you want me to do stuff, you have to make sure I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, send me a message.
So we don't have any messages of thanks to play from people. So maybe there's nothing to be thankful for.
You could live dial people. That's always fun.
I do want to start out by saying one thing. Last year, before the Thanksgiving episode, and maybe it was the Thanksgiving episode, we had on a anthropologist, Virginia McLaurin. You should go listen to that episode. I forget the number, but you can look it up. And there was a lot of talk about how the narrative about Thanksgiving misses the point, right? And it attempts to
revisionist history,
right? Revise and erase indigenous people's history. So I just want to call that out before we get going and acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we care about that very much. We're sensitive to that, and we want you to go back and listen to that episode, so you can learn some more about the actual history of colonialism in this country, right, and the role that this holiday plays in relation to perpetuating colonialist narratives and myths. So go listen to that episode, right? We're not going to spend a lot of time on it for this episode, but I really want people to go listen to that, right? Because indigenous people are still here, right? Mm-hmm. Living vibrant, important lives on this continent. They were here 12,000 years before the colonialists showed up in the 1600s, right? And some of their narratives, their cultural narratives, say they were here since the beginning of time, right? So we're going to put a link in the show notes to some resources as well.
Cool.
Right, to the previous episode we did with the anthropologist Virginia McLaurin, and then some resources you can go check out to learn more about the very complex history of Indigenous peoples and colonialism, right? And the role that Thanksgiving plays in all of that, right? So anyways, I think it's important to acknowledge that before we charge into talking about, what we're going to be doing for this holiday. Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. The inanity of it all.
Yeah, how we're going to talk about our inane observations of this holiday. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. So
thanks, Sawtooth.
Yeah, sure.
Bringing some educational component into our...
Well, I think it's important. We've talked to a lot of people on this podcast over the last 3 and some odd years who have certainly opened my eyes to my role as a white person and in colonialism and perpetuating those narratives, right? So I want to make sure that we're leaving space, a little bit of space here for that, right? So people who are interested can go learn more, and you should go learn more.
Yeah.
So anyways, what are our plans? What are we doing? What kind of shit are we doing for Thanksgiving? Yeah.
We're doing our bucket list.
What does that mean, our bucket list?
Bucket list.
I don't even know what that means.
Turkey this year.
What does that mean? I usually brine our turkey in a bucket. Is that what you mean?
No. Every year for the past couple of years since we found out that this barbecue joint in Sturbridge, Massachusetts does a smoked turkey.
What's the name of that barbecue joint?
BT's
Smokehouse.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What about it?
So we've been wanting to get one for the last couple of years, and we never made it in time. And this year, we did. So we're getting one.
And why haven't we done it before?
I don't know.
I would say this place, BT's Smokehouse, is the absolute best barbecue in the state of Massachusetts.
I would agree.
Maybe the best barbecue I've ever had anywhere. So we're getting a smoked turkey. Now, what does that involve? They smoke this thing, and then what?
They send it to you with reheating instructions.
They're going to mail it to us?
No, you have to go pick it up.
Oh, I have to go pick it up.
You offer to go pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a half-hour, 40-minute drive from here. It's not going to be that bad.
No.
I'll listen to a UFO podcast on my way there.
Yeah.
And on my way back.
But we're basically having dessert giving this year.
Well, how big is this turkey before we get to the dessert plans?
I literally have no idea.
What do you mean?
I didn't even ask.
It's not going to be like 25 pounds, is it?
I don't know.
Because that's way too fucking big.
Well, the worst thing that'll happen is we'll have too much and we'll freeze it.
You can freeze turkey?
Last I checked, you can freeze cooked meat.
I'm pretty sure we have frozen turkey out there from like 5 Thanksgivings ago.
Well, if we would eat meat out of our freezer, we would be making inroads into what's in there.
I feel much better about not eating so much meat. And we started this not eating so much meat about a year ago. A space unicorn declared that Thanksgiving would be their very last meal of meat. And from that point forward, the day after Thanksgiving forward, they were going to be a vegetarian. And they've lived up to it.
It's true.
It's not something you celebrate, is it? I had to hit that button. Yeah.
Well, because
you seem very upset by this decision. You don't like not eating so much meat. I
don't think we ate a lot of meat before.
Okay, you don't like eating
I like occasionally
less meat.
Having some meat, and we have a freezer full of meat we purchased to eat before the decision was made to become vegetarian.
What is it about meat that you like?
What do you mean?
Like you're obsessed. You always want meat.
I don't think that I'm obsessed with meat.
You frequently say a couple times a month, we should eat more meat. We should eat the meat. Let's eat the meat in the freezer.
Because here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
Right? We purchased all this meat that is now sitting in the freezer.
Okay.
We should eat that meat. Because it's not... One of the reasons people want to be vegetarians is because they don't want to kill the animals, right?
Right.
But these animals are dead, and we purchased them, and their meat is sitting out in the freezer, and it will go bad if we don't eat it. So I feel worse for having purchased the meat that we're not eating, and it's sitting out there in the freezer.
Frozen meat does not go bad.
That's not true.
I'm pretty sure you could dig up a frozen mammoth carcass and eat mammoth meatloaf if you wanted to.
I'm pretty sure that there is a shelf life on frozen products. Yes.
Name one.
Computer. How long is frozen meat good for?
Stomping Jen is asking Alexa. Okay, computer, stop. Please don't ever do that again. So what Alexa is saying is that meat is good only for a year frozen, so we should throw it all away.
No.
That is what I just heard.
Then we can still eat the meat.
No, I'm throwing it away tomorrow. I just got permission to toss out all of our meat. That's what it said.
I'm going to cook the meat.
It literally said that frozen meat should be disposed of after a year.
I'm feeling frustrated by this conversation. I'm just going to let you know that.
Why? You asked Alexa, and it said frozen meat should be thrown away after a year.
I am saying the meat we have is fine. We can eat it. We need to eat it. We should eat it. And then if we don't want to purchase more meat after that, then that's okay. But I'm saying we should eat the meat that's in the freezer.
Okay, we'll come up with a meat schedule for this year.
Oh my God.
What?
Like I said, we have family coming over that eat meat. We should take one of those big pieces of meat out of the freezer and cook it while they're here.
But they're going to be here for like 3 days, and we have like unknown turkey coming, an unknown size turkey coming.
I'm not worried about the turkey.
This turkey could be 30 pounds.
It's not. They wouldn't give us a 30-pound turkey.
How do you know?
All right, now I'm going to look up.
Don't look it up. It's not important.
No, now I need to.
All right, I'm moving us along. So,
thank you.
So, all right, we're having this turkey as the centerpiece, right? Mm-hmm. What else are we serving for? What are our plans for this dinner?
Let's see. We're also getting a pumpkin pie.
Also from this BT's Smokehouse?
Also from the BT's Smokehouse. Mm-hmm. It's a 14 to 16 pound brined and smoked turkey.
Is that big?
14 to 16 pound? Yeah. I don't think so.
It's not big?
No.
Okay.
I do want to do a stuffing, and I'm thinking about a butternut squash or just like a winter squash chestnut stuffing.
That sounds good.
And green bean casserole.
The stuffing sounds like a dance. You said I want to do the stuffing.
Oh, shoot. You picked up the pea pod. What did you do with the brioche I ordered?
What do you mean brioche?
I ordered brioche so I can make it go stale.
I don't know what brioche is. What is that?
Bread. Did you see a bread in there?
No, there was no bread.
I ordered bread.
Was it like a loaf?
I don't remember. Maybe it was...
Or rolls? Maybe. I think they were rolls.
Okay, where are they?
In the refrigerator. Where else would you put rolls?
I don't know. I gotta find another place for them. Anyway.
No, did you hear us at the stuffing sounds like a dance from the 50s? No. I can mash potato. There was a dance.
No, we're gonna have mashed potato.
There was a dance called the mashed potato. Maybe there was a dance called the stuffing. That was Stomping Jen, by the way, burping. Like an animal into the microphone.
All right.
All right. So,
what else did I say? So
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
You also got an apple pie from this BT's Smokehouse?
No, I didn't get an apple pie. We have a lot of apples, so I bought pie crust. I thought maybe I'd try my hand at making a pie.
Right now, we mentioned before that Space Unicorn as a vegetarian, so we're going to make a mushroom Wellington.
Mm-hmm.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. And then Cakes by Pip, who we've had on the podcast before.
Sarah, right?
Yep.
She was on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. She's doing sampler boxes.
Yeah.
So I ordered some macarons and brownies. But they're not like normal brownies. Or
not macaroons, macarons.
Macarons.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
They look like little UFOs.
Yeah, so
that's
I'm
why I
psyched
like
about
them.
that. And then Space Unicorn and I decided to make sour cream chocolate cookies.
Why all of this dessert?
I don't know, because you and Ted like pumpkin pie, and not a lot of other people like pumpkin pie. And then my brother likes apple pie. And then Space Unicorn really likes chocolatey stuff.
I don't believe that people don't like pumpkin pie.
I also found a recipe for nutmeg maple pie, but I'm not going to make that.
Yeah, it's too much dessert.
No, it's great.
Why so much dessert?
It doesn't matter. It will go. Let's see what else. We're getting some bread that I ordered.
Bread? You said you have brioche.
That's for the stuffing.
I thought we were ordering stuffing.
No. We got gravy and cranberry sauce and a pumpkin pie. That's it.
Whole cranberries.
Yeah, but I also have a jar of
if there's any
stuff from my
fucking
dad.
Complaining about these whole cranberries, I'm gonna.
I also have a.
No, we're not serving both.
You can serve both.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
No, we're pandering to the lowest common denominator by serving both.
I like the jellied stuff. It's fine.
No.
Green salad.
I'm not. Hold on. I am not.
Casserole.
I am not allowing the canned cranberry sauce at the table.
Okay.
I won't permit it.
I will have it next to me.
Whole cranberries only. All right, go on. What else?
I think I went through the whole menu.
Did you say green beans?
Green bean casserole.
Okay. What else?
Mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Stuffing.
Okay.
Green salad.
What about wine? Will there be wine?
No. Oh, I was going to pick up some of that toast stuff.
Oh, it's the non-alcoholic wine.
Yeah, it's not wine.
Because we're not, we still don't drink.
No, nobody else in my family really drinks.
That stuff is, no, it's not true.
Not really.
Your father drinks.
Occasionally.
Yeah, your brother drinks.
Yeah, occasionally. He's not a big drinker.
Yeah. What about
Oh, and ice cream. Did you get the ice cream in the
toast? Yeah, ice cream. I put that in the refrigerator.
Oh, thank goodness.
Toast. Wait, that's like a tea, right?
Yeah.
Get something that's not sweet. It's too much fucking sugar at this Thanksgiving.
What do you mean?
You've just told us about these 20 desserts we're going to have. I would like something that's not so sweet to drink with my meal.
You can drink your seltzer.
No, if I was to drink, for example, if we were having wine and we were still drinking, I would have a dry wine.
It's still
a dry red wine is what I would have.
It's still sugary.
No, a dry wine is not sugary.
I disagree because grapes have a lot of sugar.
Just get a something that's not sweet.
You can get whatever you like. You can participate in.
What about
procurement.
kombucha? Would it be strange to drink kombucha for Thanksgiving?
You can get yourself a bottle of kombucha.
That's not what I asked you.
Unicorn has requested cranberry Sprite, which I forgot to get.
I know I can drink kombucha. What I'm asking you is if it would be weird to drink kombucha.
No.
I like kombucha.
Mm-hmm.
What if I put it in a wine glass and drank it that way?
Good for you.
Would that be strange?
It's not really very much different than the toast.
It's way different than the toast.
Okay.
It's fermented. It's made with a SCOBY.
You're a Scooby.
SCOBY? Is it called a SCOBY or a Scooby?
You're a Scooby.
Maybe I'll have kombucha with my dinner. Will there be courses? Will things be served in courses?
You can help decide all these things.
Now, does a smoked turkey have to be carved?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about this, and
there's going to come with instructions.
It's 72 hours away. I feel like I should know more.
do some research.
As we're recording this, when folks are listening to this, it will be either a day before or after Thanksgiving. I don't think anyone will listen to our podcast on Thanksgiving.
Well, they could listen to it on their travels. Like we used to listen to Alice's Restaurant.
Will people be traveling?
I don't know. We're going to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and listen to Alice's Restaurant.
Who listens to Alice's Restaurant?
My family. It's a tradition for us.
Yeah.
We used to drive to my grandparents in Queens from Jersey and listen to it.
Do you have good memories of that tradition?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I just told you that memory.
Yeah. You didn't tell me whether or not it was a good memory. That's what I want to know. Mm-hmm. Do you know all the words to Alice's Restaurant?
I don't think anybody does. It's like a rambling story. You can get anything you want. That's
a nice memory. You listen to that driving from where to where?
Jersey to Queens.
Is that far?
It's like an hour.
Okay. Do you have fond memories of Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
You like Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I don't have fond memories.
I know. That's why I'm not asking you any questions.
My tradition on Thanksgiving was hiding from people and hoping nobody noticed me. One of my other memories is she must have been 70 or 80 at the time. Maybe in her 70s. I was a teenager. My grandmother's sister-in-law accused me of looking at her breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then made some, like, depraved comment about puberty. I was not looking at her breasts, for the record.
Lovely.
She had a lot of moles and skin tags on her chest. I was probably looking at those.
That's a memory.
But not her bosom. The area above the bosom, probably. I was probably examining her moles somehow. And she had a lot of liver spots on her skin, I remember. And this is back when people smoked. I remember she would sit there at the table just smoking. Right? And I would look at her moles and liver spots.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it was disgusting. And then she accused me of looking at her breasts. Like, what do you say to that? I said, I wasn't looking at your breasts. I said, sure. We all know how you kids are when you get the hormones.
Oh my God.
Like something like that.
That's horrific.
Yeah, you start getting the hormones. Okay. There's a lot wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know what was going on with that. That's one of my Thanksgiving memories.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, and the other one was just hoping nobody noticed me. So I wouldn't get yelled at. Or have something thrown at me.
Oh, memories.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And often on Thanksgiving Day, I live next to a park.
Yeah, you go for a walk.
I would wander around the park alone. It would be empty. I remember just like wandering around. There was like a little river. I would go down by the river and walk around, look at the geese. And like think to myself, do I really have to go back there?
These are lovely.
Yeah, those are the kinds of memories I have. So
sorry.
Yeah, so this Thanksgiving, yeah, your father is coming, your brother, your father's lady friend is coming. She's really nice. That'll be good. Mm-hmm. That's it, right? That's all we're having for guests?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you invited somebody out I'm not aware of.
Should I invite someone?
You're free. It's your house.
Who should I invite?
I don't know.
I don't even know who I would invite. Do you have any ideas?
You have family?
Yeah, but they live in New Hampshire and Oregon. Far away. Right? Yeah, we used to go to New Jersey a lot for Thanksgiving. We would travel down there, remember?
Yeah. Now the tides have turned. I suggested to my father, who is driving up with my brother from New Jersey, that they might want to just get up really early on Wednesday morning and get here for like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Like we used to do.
Get up on Thursday morning?
No, Wednesday morning.
Yeah, they're not going to do that?
I don't know. He said he was going to talk to him.
I thought he was going to New York on Wednesday.
On Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to drive too close to Thanksgiving. Remember that one time? One time we tried to drive down to New Jersey on Thanksgiving.
It took us like 8 hours.
We left like at 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
we didn't get there till 5.
Mistake.
Let's do the math. 10 to 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was like 7 hours.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
With a dog. Not our dog.
With a dog. It was my sister's dog, Mastiff Mom's pug. Mia.
When she was a puppy.
Yeah. We had to stop.
Fond memory of that.
We had to stop a couple times. We were in a traffic jam on the turnpike or something, or on Route 84. I can't remember. I remember getting out and just walking her right there. Because the dog had to go. The cars weren't moving. Just got out and walked her right on the median.
That didn't happen.
It didn't? Am I making that up?
You're totally making that up. I think we got off at a rest area. You walked her around.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
In my mind, we got out and walked her.
Traffic on Thanksgiving is never like that. It's never stand still like that. It's just, it's ridiculous. Like you barely move.
Oh.
It's horrid.
Huh.
Horrid.
All right.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving. What do you have any? We've been together over 20 years. Do you have any Thanksgiving memories from our time together?
Us?
Yeah.
God, we've had so many of them now, right?
I remember the first one we hosted in our little tiny apartment.
Yeah, I remember that too. Was that good? I didn't know how to cook a turkey then.
And I bought all those dishes at like Ocean State Job Lot special for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I made a corn chowder soup or something.
Yeah, I remember our first Thanksgiving.
That's
that
like
little
all I remember.
Apartment in Norwood, Massachusetts.
That had like the world's smallest kitchen.
It's a 2-room apartment. It was like a galley kitchen.
It was tiny.
You couldn't even fit a whole turkey in that oven.
It was just the 4 of us, right? My parents and us, right?
I think so. Your brother and sister had to have been there. They were little kids.
They weren't little kids.
Psst, your sister was in high school.
Oh, in college.
No, she was in high school.
No, I don't think all of them came. You think
they had to have?
Huh?
They had to have, and they stayed in a hotel. They came for sure. Yeah. What?
That look in your eye. They stayed in a hotel.
No, they did. I know. No, they absolutely
did.
No,
we would never have had any room for them because our apartment was tiny.
I remember one thing I did is I put on one of my favorite piano albums, George Winston's Plains, and your dad heard. He's like, "What is this? Why are we listening to this?"
Oh boy.
Yeah. I remember getting wine.
Yeah.
I remember getting drunk.
Fun times.
Yeah. We weren't married.
No. It was like 2000. 1999. 1999.
Yeah. No, so many Thanksgivings we've had. I mean, a lot of funny memories. I remember one Thanksgiving, I got a new roasting pan. For some reason, I insisted that we have a stainless steel roasting pan. And I forgot to take the little cardboard handles off of it. And I threw it in the oven, and they caught on fire. And filled the kitchen with smoke. It was one year. I was following the Alton Brown recipe, where you're supposed to coat it with butter and oil, and then you roasted it like 500 degrees for 20 minutes. 500 is really hot. And remember, I put way too much oil on it, and it all went down into the pan, and that burst into flames and filled the entire house with smoke. Many incidents.
Didn't you drop a frozen turkey on your foot one year.
Yeah, I shattered one of my little toes by dropping turkey on it. Yeah, lots of memories.
There was the knife incident with the sharp knife.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was the worst. Yeah, so your parents had this new set of knives, and I, like, cajoled your mother and hounded her into using the new knives. It's like, it'll be so much easier for you. You know, they're not as dull. You'll be able to cut the food. So your mom takes the new knives out, and she nearly cut her thumb off because they were so sharp. She wasn't used to sharp knives. She just cut right through the food and into her thumb.
Yeah, we had to
and
go to
almost
the
cut it
hospital.
off. Yeah.
Fun times. Doesn't it sound like you want to spend your holiday meal with us, listeners?
I felt so guilty. I felt so guilty after that. Because it was my fault. If I hadn't badgered your mom into using the new knives,
yeah,
that wouldn't have happened. She wouldn't have cut her finger off.
She didn't cut her finger.
Basically. They basically had to reattach it. She got several stitches.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah. Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Are we doing anything else?
I have a surprise. We can't.
What is it? You can talk about it here.
What if they listen to it?
They don't listen to this.
Another bucket list thing.
What bucket list thing?
I booked a trip to Namakog.
Namakog?
Namakog.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's a trustees of the reservation's property.
Okay.
Out in Stockbridge, not to be confused with Sturbridge. So it's in the Berkshires.
Okay, in the mountains.
And they do they light up their trees, like a big light celebration thing.
So you're taking a bunch of Jews to a Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, no. It's not like Christmas tree.
What is it?
It's just lights, more like an artsy thing. It's not like Christmassy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's one, they do one out there and they do one on the other side of the state. I was looking at either one. They sell out very, very quickly.
Trustees of what?
The reservations.
What reservations? What are you talking about?
It's conservation land. It's a nonprofit called the Trustees of the Reservations.
Is this a Massachusetts thing?
Yes.
Is it federal land?
No,
what is it?
It's a Massachusetts thing.
Stomping Jen has her phone in her hand.
The Trustees of Reservations.
I don't know what that means.
Preserving exceptional places. They have properties that they purchase.
Okay.
And they have hikes and they have stuff that they can do there. They're properties. See, look, they're all over Massachusetts.
Oh, I see. And they lights.
And so the thing that we're going to, right, it's a light thing. Winter holiday celebration.
All right.
So, remember Castle Hill, Ipswich, right? That's one of the trustees' properties.
In Ipswich, Mass? Is that where they do this other lighting? It's too far.
What? No, we're going
Ipswich.
to No. That's so this is the one we're going to.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find a picture.
Okay, that's great. Nobody can see that. Put it down. So, great. It looks like Christmas lights. Thank you. You can put it down now. So let's talk about my holiday lights that I just put up that will be up for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay.
I created an installation called the Holiday Spirit. It is one of our life-size Halloween skeletons painted with gold. That was Stomping Jen. Painted with gold glitter paint. And I bought some demon wings that I attached to it, which I also painted gold. And I put a Santa hat on it. I'll put a picture. I'll post a picture of this. And I attached it to like a bird feeder hanger. So it's high up in the air. And then I took our other 4 skeletons that we have from Halloween, our life-size skeletons, and I put them on their knees. They have bendable joints. and with their hands raised in the air. So they all look like they're praying to this skeleton bat Santa Claus creature, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a statement, Stomping Jen.
What does it mean? And then you put lights all around it.
Yeah. What do you think it means?
And there's a rabbit in the middle.
There's a rabbit in the middle now. It's called the holiday spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a statement.
What is it a statement?
I'm an artist. I don't reveal what I mean by things. You need to look at it and pull some meaning out of it for yourself.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Can I do that?
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
To me?
That's the question. Does it mean anything to you when you look at it?
I wanted to do...
What did you want to do?
A menorah.
One of those inflatables?
Mm-hmm.
You could still do it. You could still order one.
And have all the skeletons lighting the menorah.
You can still order one of those inflatable menorahs.
That's all right. Hanukkah's too early this year.
Yeah, it's right after Thanksgiving, right?
Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Really? That soon?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
It's a week from today.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You're yawning.
I don't feel ready for it.
I'm not ready for it.
I think I'm yawning because I'm getting a migraine or something. I have a headache, which isn't good. Going into this, we're recording this on a Sunday night, so it's not good going into the Thanksgiving week to be getting a migraine. But what are you going to do? All right, well, I asked you to prepare a list of things you are thankful for. Did you do that?
Oh, yes.
You did? Mm-hmm. Where is it?
It's in my head.
Oh, that's bullshit. So you didn't prepare a list.
I did. You know what the first thing on my list is?
You didn't prepare a list. Acknowledge that.
Do you want to know what the first thing on my list is?
Nope. I want you to acknowledge that you did not prepare a list.
I did.
Where is it? Show it to me.
In my
Nope.
head.
You can't. That's not what I asked you to do. I asked you to write it down. You didn't do it. It's no good. What's the first thing on your list?
I'm so thankful.
Wait, how are we going to do this? We haven't done a list in a while.
That we don't do lists anymore.
Recorded in front of a live.
Whoops, wrong one. Wait, no.
That's news bumper.
Do I not have the list bumper anymore? And I don't. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well. No list bumper. So you're thankful we don't do lists anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, do you want to go back to lists?
Well, decided we're going to do less guests this year.
Mm-hmm.
Leave us more space to do some different things.
Yeah.
And so I immediately went back to the old thing, which was lists.
That's so lame.
Why?
Why would we go back to the list? You hated the list.
I did hate lists.
So why would you want to go?
I hated making this list.
Why did you decide to do a list?
Because I didn't know what else to do.
We can't talk to each other.
That's boring.
We just did memories of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right, what's on your list?
Anyways, this year we're gonna do less guests and more of you and me talking about some stuff.
Okay.
And I still need to figure out what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how all that's going to work.
Okay.
But I think we're only going to have 2 guest interviews published a month. So we're going to go down to like half and half. So we need guests. Although we have guests booked now until February. It's November.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you're thankful that we don't have lists, but I asked you to do one today, so we do have a list.
That was my thing.
All right. So the first thing on my list, and this doesn't really mean any. They're not in order of importance. Once I started writing things down, the first thing was that the Trump insurrection failed.
Fake news.
I'm thankful for that.
For that.
Yeah, but it's also combined with terror about 2022 and 2024, because if he gets back in, I think he's going to go full-blown fascist.
Wrong.
And those of us who have opposed Trump are going to be targets for retribution and revenge.
You're not a nice person.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, let's not talk about.
So, anyways, but I am thankful at least since our last Thanksgiving that the attempted coup by the outgoing president failed. I'm very thankful for that.
Fake news.
What's next on your list?
I'm thankful, as always, for my family.
Okay. And who's in your family?
You, the kids.
Go ahead.
All of our brothers and sisters collectively.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All of our friends collectively.
Okay. So you mean family to be not just blood relations and marriage relations?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You don't have any kind of list, do you?
That was
this
my
is
list.
Such bullshit. You only had 2 things?
Yeah.
I asked for 10 things.
Oh my God. You didn't specify.
It's such horse shit. Of course. It's me doing all of the heavy lifting as usual.
What are you talking about? I show up and I talk to you.
All right, next on my list of things I am thankful for.
You put the insurrection failing on your list.
You're not thankful for that?
No, because you know why?
No, you're not thankful for that.
I'm
Wow.
Winning like never before.
I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter because the minute Trump got elected, even before all of that happened,
yeah,
this country has just been sliding into bad things for a very long time.
Okay.
That's all.
Tremendous.
So it's sort of meaningless, the whole thing.
I don't think it's meaningless that the insurrection failed.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
I think...
You're not a nice person.
Almost a year ago, it was a test of the strength of the structure of our government.
Fake news.
The legislature failed to bend to Trump's will.
Fake news.
He's going to get back in, though.
Let me finish. The Supreme Court threw out every lawsuit brought by Trump.
Wrong.
Right? The judiciary largely held the line.
Fake news.
Like, I think, I think it tested our government. And at the time, our government was largely resilient and held off an insurrection.
Wrong.
Well,
not so much now.
I share your concern about the future. Trump is still very much a threat, and I'm very, very concerned about 2022 and 2024. Very concerned.
You're not a nice person.
All right, so I am thankful for vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
That the vaccines were available quickly after Trump left office, and that they rolled out and were made available to people. And I'll just remind you, at this recording, almost 780,000 people have died from COVID in this country since the start of the pandemic. And I think every 3 days, more people die of COVID than died in the 9/11 attacks.
Yep.
Still, it's fucked up. So if you believe this shit is over, it's not. So it's going to become an endemic disease. We're going to be living with it for a long time. And people will keep dying from it.
Mm-hmm.
Those who don't believe in the vaccine. So, excuse me. I'm grateful for and thankful that we were able to take a trip late last spring, early summer.
That was awesome.
To the Southwest. It was amazing. We did a whole episode on that.
You
on
can
that
listen
trip.
to it. Mm-hmm.
It's called the what? Something Vacation Spectacular. Southwest Vacation Spectacular.
They're all spectacular.
Yeah. This one will be the Thanksgiving Spectacular. So
We have to add an extra spectacular onto these episodes.
no, we don't. So I'm grateful we got to take that trip before the Delta variant came and fucked up everyone's life. Staying on the theme of last summer, I'm glad our kids got to go away to camp. Like for them to go away to camp.
It's true.
And I'm also glad we got to party while they were gone for a month.
Summer of George.
The Summer of George, right? A Seinfeld reference. I thought that was awesome. It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, right. That felt nice just to get to hang out and spend time together and just, do whatever we wanted to do. Whenever we wanted to, right?
It involved sugary cereal.
Yeah, that's right. It did involve sugary cereal. Do you want to talk about that?
No, we
that
had a whole
fun.
episode about it.
I don't think we ever talked about that.
The sugary cereal?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah. All right. I mean...
I'm thankful for sugary cereal.
Yeah, because you're a public official, I won't say more about that.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, let's see. I'm thankful for stretching. What?
You're funny.
Why is that funny?
Are you thankful for gonna go do yoga?
I'm thinking about it.
All right, Michelle, I'm working on him.
Michelle Lyman, who was on our podcast and has actually the episode prior to this one. So episode 161 offered me a free class.
Did you take her up on it?
Is that a binding contract?
Ugh.
Should I take her up on it?
Mm-hmm.
Will she give me a free class?
I don't know, but you
What
should
if I just show
go
up?
to
I
yoga.
wouldn't know what to wear to a yoga
Oh my
class.
fucking God.
Do you have to wear spandex?
You literally can wear what you're wearing right now.
What
go with
about
underwear
leggings?
on.
Should I put on leggings?
You don't need to wear leggings.
I bet there are people who go to yoga classes and don't wear underwear.
I'm sure that's true. But you wouldn't want to in those shorts.
Why?
Because your junk might fall out. The leg.
Do people do
If
naked?
you're like downward dog. Yeah, I'm sure
people do naked yoga?
I would not
Ew.
go to a naked yoga.
That'd be so
class.
gross. Don't you think that would be gross?
When you're like in hot yoga, like hot yoga,
Yeah.
it's hard.
What's hard?
It's just, it's hard to like have clothes on. You want to have as little on as possible because you're so hot.
Oh, is that the type of yoga people wear like Speedos too?
Uh-huh. It's so
Have
hot.
you done hot yoga?
Yeah.
What did you wear?
What I always wear yoga.
I would show up to that in snow pants and a fur coat.
No, you would die. It's so
I wouldn't.
hot.
I can't do
They
yoga
make it
naked.
like 80 something degrees, 90 degrees. It's so fucking
I'm
hot.
so lumpy.
Oh my God.
No, I have a bloody mole right above my left nipple.
Oh my God.
It's called a hematoma. I'm afraid people would see that and would think I have two nipples on my left side.
All right, keep going with your list.
Does Michelle do hot yoga?
No.
Okay, that's good. So I can just wear regular, like, loose shorts?
Yeah.
And you don't think I should wear spandex to yoga?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm thankful we got to go up to Maine recently. Spend a weekend up there.
That was awesome.
For Indigenous Peoples Day. We went up there. I got to see Mastiff Mom and her family.
Yeah.
We talked about that too. There's an episode where we talked about that. And this is important. I'm really thankful for the report released by the Defense Department about UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, for the first time. Yeah, for real. This is fucking important shit. For the first time ever, the federal government, the Defense Department, has acknowledged that our skies are full of aircraft and vehicles that they cannot identify, that move through the air in ways that should not be possible. They have said these do not belong to us, they do not belong to our enemies, they do things that should not be possible. We do not know what they are. So Congress has authorized an entire department to be set up to study these things.
Space Force?
No. it is a discrete office to look at unidentified aerial phenomenon. I mean, you can laugh at it, but it's incredibly significant. I mean, these things have been reported since before there were aircraft at all, before the Industrial Revolution. So, you know, to me, this means we're not alone. And these things can only be three things in my mind. They are either interstellar visitors, right? So aliens, extraterrestrials. They are potentially inter-universal or interdimensional, right? Or since these things are frequently seen coming in and out of the ocean, there's some kind of extant civilization that we didn't know existed, or we do know existed and the government's been hiding from us.
Great.
This sounds like crazy X-Files shit. I see that fucking look in your eyes. But
love you.
Anyways, this year was a historic year because it means the people who follow this stuff and are interested in stuff are a little less crazy because now the federal government has said these are real. They are real objects. We do not know what they are. So it's justification. So you can take that fucking smirk.
I'm not smirking.
And cram it up the turkey carcass. All right. I'm grateful for all the podcast guests we've had.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the many people who've come on here over the last year and talked to us. It's been an interesting year for me. I've talked to a lot of people I never would have thought we could talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
True.
And I've also, I feel like pushed and grown myself as a interviewer, as a conversationalist, you know.
Yeah.
So, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm listening to you.
Let's see. Along with that, I'm also thankful we finally got that fucking website up.
Yeah.
It cost a fortune, and now I want to stop doing the podcast.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
You want to stop doing it?
No.
It's like now it's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this whole project's over.
Because we completed the website.
Kind of. I feel that way, don't you?
No.
Well, there's nothing left to do.
That our building of the website was the thing that was keeping it going.
I don't know. What else is there to do with this?
I don't know. Maybe we need to have a meeting about that.
I mean, what else could we do with this?
We'll have to figure it out.
I don't know. Like, it's all set up. It's all here. I just don't know what to do with it now. Anyways, I don't know.
You've mastered the podcast. Now you don't want to do it anymore.
I haven't mastered it in the sense that...
You keep playing with that thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it just right. It's a new boom arm. So, I like it.
I don't know how it's different than the old boom arm.
It's much
for that
different.
It's thicker.
It's smoother.
It's smoother?
It has way better springs in it. The action on it's like incredibly smooth.
But where is it?
Don't worry about that. You don't need to know about that. Let's see. Finally, I continue, I'm thankful for continued, relatively okay health. I can get around, I can do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for relationships, love, all of that stuff. You, Stomping Jen.
Oh.
You.
Thanks.
So, that's it. Those are all the things I'm thankful for.
That's a pretty good list.
You think so?
You thought about it, put it together.
Yeah, I wish you had done the same thing. It's bullshit. Total bullshit. All right. I think we're almost done. Anything else you want to talk about? What do you think?
Hanukkah's next week.
Some trivia, some Thanksgiving trivia. You want to do some trivia? I can ask you some questions.
Sure.
All right. This is inane bullshit, by the way. This is totally, total bullshit. All right. Keeping all this fucking shit I said in mind, right, about the horrible colonialism, right, associated with Thanksgiving, I'm going to ask this one. Where was the first Thanksgiving? Where do you think that happened?
I don't know. New England?
Yeah, most people say that. They think it was in Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1621, between the colonists and the Wampanoag tribe. But historians believe that probably 60 years before that, when the fucking murderous, awful Spanish landed on our shores in Florida, that there was probably some kind of feast there.
That
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah. By the way, the Spanish settlers were horrible. Absolutely terrible. Fucking murderers. Read Howard Zinn's book about the history of the United States.
I have the kids' version. Is that as good as?
Yeah, well, I didn't get the kids' version,
You
and
got
I
the adult
fucking read that thing, and I was like, oh my god. So, anyways, read that. Okay.
What else you got?
When was Thanksgiving made? When did a national Thanksgiving happen?
I don't know the answer, Alex.
It was 1789. George Washington called for it.
Okay.
I'm reading this shit off of history.com, by the way. It's my
for you.
go-to for everything.
That was where you got all your Halloween facts.
Yeah, it was. We had a president who refused to acknowledge Thanksgiving.
Yeah, why?
Do you know who that was?
No.
Guess. He's in Hamilton.
Jefferson?
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. He didn't like it.
Why didn't he like it?
Because he believed, okay, so back then, Thanksgiving wasn't just about eating. It was about fasting and prayer.
Oh.
He was like, fuck all of you deists. Right? This is way too too much. It violates the separation of church and state. He hated it. He's like, fuck you all. I'm not celebrating that because I believe in the separation of church and state.
So interesting. He was a terrible human too.
Yeah, he was awful.
They're all
fucking slave owner.
They're all awful.
Yeah, terrible. Fucking, you don't like that? You don't like me saying that? You know, people can do isolated good things, right? Like set up a democratic framework for self-governance and also be total fucking douchebags.
They can do
both of those things.
Ideologies can coexist.
Yeah, they can do both of those things. And these people, they were not good moral people. That's me saying that. Okay, if you don't like that, go fuck yourself. Okay. Do you know Mary Had a Little Lamb? That poem has something to do with Thanksgiving.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says right here.
Its fleece was white as snow.
Yeah, let me see this.
Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm going to skip over that. I don't know why.
Well, now we all want to know.
All right. It says the first official proclamation of National Thanksgiving holiday didn't come until 1863. Okay. When Abraham Lincoln called for an annual Thanksgiving celebration, blah, blah, blah. The proclamation was the result of years of impassioned lobbying by Mary Had a Little Lamb author and abolitionist Sarah Josepha Hale. Okay, that's all it says.
Oh, so it has a dotted line connection.
Dotted line connection. Okay. Oh, Ted would like this one. How long has pumpkin pie been associated with Thanksgiving?
Oh my God, how long?
Since 1705. feel like I'm getting myself into trouble by reading these things.
Why?
I don't know. All right.
One more.
When did we start canning cranberries? Bullshit. We don't like canned cranberries.
All right, what's the answer?
1912 was the first canned jelly cranberry.
Okay, that makes sense.
By Marcus Uran.
Uran?
Yeah, that's somebody I'd go back in time and kill if I could. Huh?
What's wrong with jellied cranberry?
It's disgusting.
No, it's not. You like it. You eat it.
You might as well eat your turkey with strawberry jelly.
First of all, I've watched you consume large amounts of this
or
stuff,
grape
so
jelly.
I don't want to hear
Would you
it.
eat grape jelly on your turkey?
Put the jelly on the lamb.
Would you? Grape jelly!
Cranberry sauce goes with a turkey. I like to put cranberries in a lot of things, actually. Craisins. It goes well with butternut squash and sweet potato.
I do like craisins in butternut squash and sweet potatoes.
And you also eat jellied cranberry sauce. All right.
Only if there's no whole cranberry sauce. I hate this. It says, why is football a Thanksgiving tradition?
Because it's on at the same time.
It says it was 1876.
That's before TV was invented.
How's that possible? I think we should ban football, to be personally truthful.
Why?
Because of
what are you talking
what's
about?
that head injury thing called?
Concussions?
Yeah.
Traumatic brain...
Traumatic TBI? Traumatic brain injury.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injury. Yeah, they should ban it because of traumatic brain injury. I think we know enough about that now. It's too dangerous in my mind. So I'm against it.
I see what you did there. In my mind.
Who was the first president to pardon a turkey? That happens every year now. The president gets up there and pardons a turkey. Do you know who that was?
Nope. Nixon.
Huh. George H.W. Bush in 1989? How's that possible?
I don't know.
I thought it went back a lot further than that. It says that JFK was the first one to spare a turkey's life. He said, we'll just let this one grow. But he didn't officially pardon it. That didn't happen until H.W. Bush. Oh, this is interesting. What president received a raccoon?
A raccoon?
As a gift?
I don't know.
I'd like to get a raccoon as a Thanksgiving gift, wouldn't you?
No.
Why?
Absolutely not.
I follow all these Facebook pages where people have exotic animals as pets.
We don't need exotic animals. We have, or full up on regular animals.
Foxes?
No, we don't need it.
I follow a fox page.
Great.
A raccoon page.
Good for you.
Skunk page.
Excellent.
And an opossum page.
Beautiful.
I'm going to be lobbying this upcoming year to have an opossum as a pet.
Nope.
You're wrong. Why are you against an exotic pet?
We don't need one.
Okay.
That's it.
What if I got a license to have one?
We don't need one.
We don't need a dog.
That's right. It's exactly my point.
We don't need a cat.
That's right. And we have two.
So let's get an opossum.
Why would we add to the menagerie?
I think they're interesting. I would like one.
Go out in the backyard and trap one, and then you can keep it outside.
You said you were going to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when that started?
1905.
$1924.
Great.
When did it start featuring balloons?
1924. No, they were like floats before, and then they were as balloons.
1927. Oh, there was a president who tried to move the date of Thanksgiving. Do you know who that was?
Nope.
It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Why did he want to move it?
Let's see. He decried. It was. Hold on. He did move it in 1939. Okay. He decreed that Thanksgiving would be celebrated a week earlier. It was known as Franksgiving, and it was decried by Thanksgiving traditionalists and political rivals. Somebody even compared FDR to Hitler, if you can believe it. And it was only adopted in 23 of 48 states at the time. Then Congress moved it back officially in 1941 to the fourth Thursday.
Third.
It says fourth. It's the fourth Thursday.
Okay.
Last week was the third Thursday. That's all the facts I have.
Great.
What do you think?
Excellent.
That was a little Thanksgiving trivia for you.
Thanks for that.
Was that fun?
Thanks. Learned some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all right.
That's all I had planned for the Thanksgiving episode.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to say?
No. Thankful for you.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, which I think you probably are, go check out our new website, softservepodcast.com. Right? Mm-hmm. You can go on there. You can send us a message. Mm-hmm. Okay. On the contact page. If you want to appear here as a guest, you could submit a note to us. Okay.
Drop us a line.
Drop us a line. We also have a donate button. Okay. If you want to throw some money our way. As I've said before, we don't put any of our content behind paywalls. Okay. There's nothing special. We're not asking you to pay on a monthly basis for content that other people don't get. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have done it that way, though.
And so if you feel so moved,
yeah,
to help us out with all of our equipment costs, and
well, yeah. So any donation will go to the cost of running the podcast. Okay, it's not going to go to a new pair of Doc Martens for Stomping Jen. Okay, you've got a yellow pair and a red pair, right? Yeah.
I have a yellow pair, a pink pair,
right?
Rose gold,
purple pair,
purple glitter.
What else?
Oil slick, blue and green.
All right. Well, there doesn't appear to be any more that Stomping Jen could buy, but
that's not true. There's like a bajillion different pairs.
But anyways, you know.
That was solid.
Any amount that you donate will go towards our annual costs for
our operating costs of now running the website,
streaming the episodes, having the website up. We use scheduling software that we have to pay for,
and the equipment.
Every year, I have to pay for the domain name, and you like us sounding good, right? That means I have to buy equipment for this to sound good.
Yeah.
Right. So anyways, check out our website, donate if you can't afford to. That would be great. That would, would appreciate it. Oh, also we need some new reviews on Apple Podcasts. So go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, and write some nice words about us if you like us. Okay.
All right, friends.
That's it, right?
That's awesome.
All right. Well,
I think you're falling into your chair over
I know.
there. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I don't even think it's your chair.
This is your chair. So listen, hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving if you're listening to this afterwards.
Or a no Thanksgiving. Or
if you don't celebrate, good. That's good too. Mm-hmm. Don't celebrate it. We don't care. Okay, well, have a great holiday, folks, and
have time off from work.
Yeah, and eat all of the things and be good to each other, and we love you, and bye now.
this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed by the binding force of mutual respect and love. I shall never cease to do what little I can to help the world advance along that road.